Shout out Q Reeves. He made a good point. When he streams vertically, it picks up more of his followers than just random people. And I feel like I'm at a point now where I have about almost 700 subscribers. I'm gonna get to that 700 mark, and it's not doesn't mean I'm gonna stop doing the vertical ones. It's just um, doing it like this is more intimate. I feel like the other one is like kind of sporadic for the moment. I got three good topics or like three different points I want to make, and I want to just connect with people. However, stuff like this, I feel like it's just a natural flow. So how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. If you're listening to this, you don't need to watch, to be honest. You can listen. You can lock your phone and just go to work or do your workout or whatever. I just got three great points I want to give to you as wisdom that I've gained and something that we can build on together. So, give time back to you. The importance of time, rest, and work. Time requires you to embrace it, god damn it. So time has focus within it, and that focus gives you a level of comfort. And in order to keep that comfortability, you have to make adjustments. Rest is sleep, stillness, and also planning. Work is action, commitment, and trust. We get caught up in our emotions with time, which makes it hard for us to properly rest, then leads to little to no real work being done. I've taken a good possibly 2, 3 weeks. No, it's been about 2 weeks solid break from not even a break, but just a rejuvenation period. And in this rejuvenation, I took the time to simply slow down and really process life. Like, not trying to find necessarily gems, but to just really be present as much as possible. And in this presence, it's given me a huge ability to appreciate the days that I have when I'm being still, the days when I'm focused and I'm moving within a structured time frame, and when I'm at work. I do work at FedEx. However, I don't look at the job I do as a hindrance to my evolution as a person and as a creator, because anyone who posts anything online, anyone who decides to turn their creativity into something that other people can interact with, or just creating anything, you're a creator. And I realized I had a huge fear-based state of mind when it comes to my creativity, and that fear-based state of mind was developed from me believing that if I become great, I'm going to not appreciate the process of me changing from who I am today to who I will be becoming. And it makes me really respect and appreciate my body, mind, spirit, and soul a lot more, because it's allowed me to upgrade my environment a little bit more. Like, if you look over here, I know I said you don't need to look, but god damn it, sometimes you need to see some things. If you take a chance to look to my left, your right, well, yeah, left. If you look to my left, you will see there's a kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pictures and one in the middle. These 7 pictures are different versions of myself that I've created images of, that allows me to kind of get a chance to really sense myself in these places. And these places are not physical places, they're state of mind. And it's helped me a lot because it's given me an ability to kind of get out of my own way and understand how it's affected my old ways. You know what I'm saying? So because this current version of me is going through a transformation in many different ways. Like I've said on a couple of songs I've made that will be dropping soon, that I transform every week. Like one thing will change every week. And like this week, is changing from really listening to my head and allowing myself to not just feel, but to understand my gut. Like, you can listen from other parts of your body, not just your ears, not just your mind, not just your eyes, not just your heart. You can listen from a specific space in your body, and you could pick up a more of a present state of being when you allow yourself to kind of get out of what you're used to. A lot of people will say being uncomfortable and being okay with being uncomfortable is good for you, and that's a fact. And to add with that is being uncomfortable from an internal to external point of view makes it easier for you to handle anything external because you're doing it internally. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So, with me speaking on the importance of time, rest, and work, one of the things that I brung up that's very important is your emotional closure. So, mental health is based on your emotions. People may say whatever they're going to say. However, your thoughts come from feelings, and your feelings come from memory. So, the best way to handle mental health is understanding your emotions. With that being said, for emotional closure, me and my friend Dre, we came up with, well, he came up with it, and I'm giving my perspective and my wordplay of how he came up with it, because we give and receive information to one another, and not just me and him. I mean, as people, we give things to people and we receive things from people. So this is one of the things that I received and that I'm giving to y'all. Put your ego aside. Put your ego aside. Know you, which is another way of saying know your strengths and weaknesses. Really know your strengths and weaknesses. And more so your weaknesses, because once you understand where you're weak at, you'll start to grasp what you're strong at. Take time to isolate, strategize, and build. I've been alone a lot, and in my isolation, the more strategized state of mind I've put in has been towards understanding my emotions, which has allowed me to build from a space of clarity and from a space of authenticity. And because I've gone through so many different realms of what that is, it's allowed me to build the courage, the confidence to overcome the fear of what I used to perceive comes with being great. So, being a leader, right? In order to be a leader, you have to overcome the shadow of feeling like the people that you're leading need you. If you can overcome that feeling of people needing you and just do it just from the heart, or do it from the gut, or do it from whatever space that you feel you're most powerful in, and especially if you're doing it from a clear state of being, meaning you're not doing it under certain conditions, you're doing it unconditionally purposeful. And to understand what unconditionally purposeful means is that there are no side quests that get in the way with what you're really putting together. It's straightforward. It's exactly what it is, and it is what it is, right? So the next one is see every moment as an advantage to assist you. People are in traffic. People could be at work. People in their relationships. People with their parents, siblings, the whole nine. They don't really take a moment to see what they're going through as like an advantage. And that advantage doesn't have to mean like you're doing better than the person that's around you, or you think on a greater level. Like, no. It's really about just being at peace with not knowing and being at peace with knowing yourself. if you could be at peace with really not, like, people can say nonchalant. It's funny because nonchalant people, they're probably the most energetic people for real, because they don't allow their emotions to get riled up over certain things that don't really matter. When you take your time to accept that you don't know everything, and accept that you don't know that, like, for instance, to even be specific, you hear my family in the background. That's who you hear right now. Hopefully it's not too loud, because that'll kind of blow me. Oh well, it is what it is. Seeing every moment as an advantage to assist you, it's like being your own floor general. For those who've played 2K before, right? Back in the old days, like 2K, 2K12 and 2K11 or something, this is when they started to add signature skills. And those skills were like badges that uplift your player's ability to play on the court. And one of the badges was floor general. And being a floor general means everyone that you're on a court with, you make them play better by interacting with them on the court, right? It's passing, setting screens, communication, right? You can be your own floor general for yourself. And for those who feel like that may be too much of a accountability task, go to whatever religion you feel you need to go to. Like, I'm not here to say dive deeper into you because that's the only way. Like, no. Like, I'm happy to see people find something that gives them a sense of purpose, because at the end of the day, that's what's more important, not following this because of that or this because of that. Like, yeah, there may be some undercover underlying things that makes it a little bit weird or whatever. However, that when you dive deep into that, especially when you're trying to speak to people, it makes it hard for them, meaning their body, to really process that what they're doing is okay, because they're learning. If you take every day as an opportunity to learn, you will get better. It doesn't matter if you're learning from a religious point of view, from sports, from reading, from editing, from photography, from working out. As long as you're learning something, that's better than doing nothing. Humans are the most evolved species on this planet because of the fact we really want to learn as much as possible. So take that opportunity as an advantage for you, because you deserve it. God damn it, it's for you. Like, nobody else is gonna come to you and be like, hey, I know you just had that conversation with your boss or whatever, but here's how this can actually work for you. That's very rare. That's gonna happen. It's very, very rare. You know, because realistically, like, we can say that your guardian angels are always there for you. However, you're honestly like your own guardian angel when you're able to slow down and accept what is and what isn't. It's like you get that one-on-one with your guardian angel to where it's like, I didn't really need to put energy into that, huh? And then you get your own clarity through your silence, through your sense of peace. And then if you don't have a sense of peace or clarity, it's very loud, then that means obviously something ain't right. So, yeah. Next thing is your ego has two sides. Your ego has a heads and a tails. It's like a coin. The head side of your ego is your security and confidence booster. The tails is the child that wants to be taught different. So for instance, your ego will get mad at you if you do, well, I'm not gonna say specifically that because I feel like that's projecting. Your ego will find a way to want to do something different than what you've already done for a sense of a new feeling, right? And that new feeling is basically looking for a new level of comfort because we got too comfortable over here. And the reason why I believe that to be true is because our body continues to grow. And as our bodies grow, we're also going through a system of like checks and balances with our own ego. And our ego is our body's, let's say your ego is your body's mascot. I don't think I ever heard anybody say that before, but like that's so true. Your ego is your body's mascot. Like for real, for real. And think of it like a football game, right? No, I'm not even gonna go down that route. I'm not even gonna do that. Let's just stick with your ego is basically your body's mascot. Now, what is your soul and what is your spirit? And when it comes to your body, because it's within it, your soul is the coach. Your spirit is the assistant coaches, the trainers, the seats in the entire goddamn stadium that you're playing in. But your body is the team. Your body is the team. Like think about that. Like your ego is your body's mascot, but your body literally is the team. You have over 1 trillion cells in your body, and they're doing teamwork to make sure you're functioning every single day. And since they're doing their job as a team internally, you're supposed to do your job with the team externally to bring in things for your team to where everything can work together in a flow. It's kind of like the inside is constantly doing offense and defense. Like you can even say, now we can take it to the sports route. You can say is your offense is your cells working to do things. And that can be also you consuming stuff. Your defense is when you're sick, is when you're releasing things out of the body. Your defense is when you're guarding yourself. Your defense is when you're trying to find reasonings for things that's going on that you don't understand. However, your offense is when you have a great idea and you're putting it into place. Your offense is when you're working out. Your offense is when you're organizing. You feel what I'm saying? That's your offense. And so the next level of your ego has a light and dark side. Your ego is also an unconditional side and it has a loving side. So people say ego death, and theoretically, we wake up and go to sleep every day. Sleep is the cousin of death. If you haven't heard that before, now you do. Every time we go to sleep, we have an opportunity to reprogram not only our mind, our body, and our ego. We have the capability to reprogram ourselves before we go to sleep and wake up with a newer state of mind. We technically can go through an ego death every day if we literally go to sleep with the right procedures, the right steps, the right rituals. You know what I'm saying? Like a great example of this, and this is, I hope this doesn't sound bad. I don't think it will. However, small disclaimer if it do, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Like when people go to church on Sundays and do Bible study, they're technically going through a moment of an ego death because what they believed or thought to be true before they went to Bible study and before they went to church, the sermon that they received and the messages that they've gained will either destroy their ego or damage their ego, and I had to go through a rehabilitation period to process the cleansing of oneself. All right. So ego is not an enemy. Your ego is a frenemy. It's a friend and an enemy, my friend. It's both. It's just like how you have a best friend and y'all can play sports together. When y'all on the court, y'all are not friends. Especially if obviously if you're not on the same team, y'all are not friends. But as soon as the game is over with, y'all back to being friends again. Your ego does the same thing with you. The game that you're playing in with your ego when y'all are not friends is when you are doing things that does not fuel you. That's what we call a sin. When you're not fueling yourself with the right ingredients, the right energies, the right words, the right processes, the right downloads. And when I say downloads, I mean movies, TV shows, content, videos, books, anything like that, if you're not fueling yourself with the right things, then technically you are playing against your ego. And sometimes it can be destructive. Sometimes it could be self-sabotaging. But in reality, is really just you facing the fact that right now you're not in the same agreement with your ego. And that can be the mascot of your body, which you said earlier, and that's okay. You're not going to always be in agreement with the all of you. You're not going to always be in agreement with your parents, your friends, your family, the people you work with, stuff like that. It all plays together. You're not going to always be in agreement with people you love and care for, your partner, your children, your parents, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to always be like that. However, that does not mean completely quit on the ability to stay from a sense of love. Love is always valuable simply because you can take time away and still come back strong. A great example, a female I'm talking to right now, she's a wonderful woman, hilarious, pretty cool too. We didn't see each other for like the past 5-6 years. I knew her from high school. We reconnect 5-6 years later. I go see her. It's like nothing ever, like, it's like as if we never spent time away. It's like we never left each other. It was like we picked up from where we left off from the last time we spoke. And yes, we've also had like some pretty, not intense conversations, but some uncomfortable ones that's opened up the gates more based on what she's been through and what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's very beautiful to see that you're always going to be presented with the opportunity, with love, clarity, and acceptance by simply slowing down and just appreciating what's happening. Like, for instance, if there was another guy who didn't have the same state of mind as I did, that had a girl that he used to mess with 5-6 years ago, and they met up, and it was like they didn't have no type of disconnect or anything. They reconnect, and it's all the same thing. Some guys may take that as a negative thing. Some women may take that as a negative thing, but I didn't. Because my state of mind is like, whoa, this is alignment, because this feels good to know that somebody who I was cool with in the past is coming into my now. Our energy is bouncing off each other in like a harmonious dance. This is cool. I'll vibe with this. Other people may see it as they the same way. Hell nah, what the fuck? I thought they would have been thicker. I thought they would have looked better. I thought they would have started to dress a little differently. Like they would have came up with so many different frames or phrases of blocking the blessing that's in front of them. Like there's a saying that my mom has told me, and that's that people can come into your life at a beautiful time, right? However, that time may end up becoming a lesson to where it's like the right love, but wrong time. And I feel like that's not true, because that time taught you something, and that's valuable. If you've dated somebody and y'all beautifully blended together, however, y'all separated pretty bad, and y'all haven't been able to like really reconnect since on a level that y'all were, that's okay. It may be your time to move on. It may be your time to really understand what can you learn from this, and what is this moment really teaching me. That's what's more important, not trying to go through an analyzation period of, damn, how can I get them back? No, it's more of, what can I learn? That's what's more important. So I'm not gonna make this long because I'm hungry. I just got done hooping and I recorded music today. So I'm gonna use this time to really embrace short video. We're almost at the 25-minute mark. It's pretty cool. So to kind of reflect a little bit on everything that's been said, time is focus, is comfort, and has adjustments. Why does time connect to focus, comfort, and adjustments? because when you utilize your time correctly, you're focused. When you're focused, you have comfort within what you're focused in. And when you're focused and comfortable, whenever any mistakes or any mishaps happen, you can do what? Make adjustments in your current time. Rest is not just sleep. It is part of it, but it's not just sleep. This to me is a point of rest because I'm not necessarily moving my body. However, I'm processing things, slowing myself down, and expressing what it is that I'm going through and that I'm learning to give to you all. And I'm being still as I'm doing it. Like feet crossed, hands together. I ain't even turned to really face the camera. I'm like in a little angle. You know what I'm saying? So it's not me trying to be perfect, but just me being still and being okay with being still. So rest, yes, get your sleep in. However, outside of sleep, practice being still. Listen to birds chirp. Listen to the silence of a car ride. Listen to the silence of the wind. Like, that is beautiful. And resting is also planning. Because in your rest period, it allows you to slow your body down and uplift your ability to create. And instead of necessarily really creating, which is work related, you're planning, which is the precursor to doing the work. It's the rest period because you're taking your time to plan. You're not rushing it. You're not moving for real. You're just flowing. Now work, action, commitment, and trust. Work requires action. That action is linked to commitment. And that commitment has trust. We get caught up in our emotions with time, which makes it hard for us to properly rest, then leads to the little to no real work that's being done. Emotional closure, put your ego aside, know you, know your partner, know your family, know your environment. And if you don't know your environment, you can choose either A, slowly start to integrate learning it, and you can choose B, which is being okay of what you don't know. Because what you don't know won't hurt you. That's how it goes. Take time to isolate, strategize, and build. See every moment as an advantage to assist you. Your ego has two sides, heads, tails, light and darkness, conditions and unconditions. And both of those conditions are love-based because you could do something that you really love to do when really it's just the mascot of you loves it completely. And here's a question to leave you with. If you were to ask yourself, what does my ego look like with no filters? What does it look like? If you can accept it, you're accepting you. If you're running from it, you're running from you. That's it for this video. I appreciate you for watching. If this connects to you in any way, comment the word trust. Comment the word trust. Send this to about 2 or 3 people that you know that you feel needs it. And enjoy your day. Love you. Peace out.